beauty.
Hello and welcome to Express News. I'm Abhishek Mahajan. In the next half an hour, we'll get you all the latest news and updates. We'll start with the top story. The budget session commenced on Wednesday with India's President Draupadi Murmu's address to a joint sitting of both the Houses of Parliament. The President entered the House with the Sengol being carried in front of her. She was followed by Speaker Om Birla, Upper House Chairman Jagdeep Dhankar and Prime Minister Narendra Modi. President Murmu in her address said the new Parliament building has been constructed during the beginning of Amrit Kal and it has the essence of Ek Bharat Shresth Bharat. The President further said the government is working to increase the profitability of agriculture and is focusing on people-centric development. The President also said the government is working towards making India a major space power of the world and the day is not far when India's Gaganyaan will go into space. President Murmu also spoke on the potential of India's growing tourism sector. She highlighted that around 13 lakh devotees have offered prayers at Ayodhya Dham after the consecration ceremony. President Draupadi Murmu further highlighted the achievements of the Narendra Modi-led government in the past 10 years and said poverty was being alleviated on a large scale. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi, in his customary address to media persons, said that President Murmu's address to joint sitting and Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman presenting the interim budget are festivals of women empowerment. Prime Minister also said the budget session was an opportunity for repentance and to leave positive footprints and asked all member of parliaments to do their best. Prime Minister also asserted his belief that the country is moving forward and touching new heights of progress and that the country is experiencing all-round and inclusive development. India's Upper House Chairman Jagdeep Dhankar also addressed the joint sitting session and said the government has made India one of the leading digital economy that has provided employment to millions of youths. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi praised a Republic Day joint India-Oman musical performance performed at the embassy reception at Indian Embassy in Oman. India's Minister of External Affairs Dr. S. Jaishankar emphasized the need to establish a logistic corridor that will connect India, the Middle East and Europe through the Arabian Peninsula. The corridor aims to bolster India's connectivity with these regions and enhance trade and economic cooperation. Enforcement Directorate questioned Chief Minister of the Indian state of Jharkhand Hemant Soren at CM residence over connections with a money laundering case. Chief Minister of Indian state Chhattisgarh Vishnu Deo Sai laid a wreath and paid floral tribute to the brave Indian soldiers who were martyred in the exchange of fire over the Sukma border incident. A Varanasi District Court on Wednesday allowed the Hindu side to offer prayers in the southern cellar of Gyan Vapi Mosque. The lawyer representing the Hindu side said that the puja will start within 7 days. Nepal's parliamentary delegation called on Indian Lower House Speaker Om Birla in the national capital on Wednesday. Border Security Force troops successfully apprehended 4 smugglers and seized a significant quantity of narcotics as well as arms and ammunition along the international boundary with Pakistan. Senior Cadet Captain Ulfat Khan from Uri district has become the first ever girl cadet to command the Prime Minister's rally at the Republic Day Camp 2024 in New Delhi. She earned the title of Best Commander and the DG Commendation Medal certificate. The National Payments Corporation of India has launched UPI Tap and Pay across digital payment providers, which is available to the users from Wednesday. This feature is live on the Bheem app and Paytm for limited users. NFC-enabled devices can make payments by tapping the device on UPI Smart Tag or Smart QR on the screen. This year, the Indian central government will not present the Economic Survey, which is a document prepared by the Chief Economic Advisor and presented by the Finance Minister in the lower house of the Indian Parliament. Instead, the centre has come out with a report on India's journey from the past 10 years titled Indian Economy, a Review. The report also shares glimpses of the outlook for the economy in the coming years. The Indian markets ended in green on Wednesday. Sensex jumped 612.21 points to settle at 71,752.11. While Nifty climbs 203.60 points to 21,725.70. Rupee rises 6 paise to close at 83.04 against the US dollar. Gold future maturing on 5th February stood at 62,780 rupees per 10 grams on Multi-Commodity Exchange of India Limited. Silver futures maturing on 5th March stood at 72,225 rupees per kg on the MCX. Futures traders sharply raised the likelihood of no rate cut in March. US stocks were mixed as the solid economic data and its impact on rates might drive share prices lower. A thick layer of fog engulfs part of the national capital this morning, reducing visibility on the roads. Flights and trains operations affected. The India Met Department said that Delhi will likely receive light rain on January 31st and February 1st. The Indian hill state of Himachal Pradesh recorded its first widespread snowfall of the season on Wednesday. Several places in Upper Shimla got the first snow of the season. Snow is being reported from Lahore and Spiti, Chamba and Kullu as well. The Indian Met Department has issued an orange alert for various places in the northern Indian state for the next 2 days. Following a fresh snowfall, visitors flocked to the Atal Tunnel area beyond Manali in Kullu, Himachal Pradesh. The police successfully rescued 300 stranded tourists near the south portal of the Atal Tunnel in Rohtang who got stuck while travelling. A landslide in Pedu's central coastal area, Horal, caused significant damage to infrastructure. The locals diverted floodwaters to save homes, and the Huaral Civil Defence Office is assessing the damage and determining economic losses. In La Oroya Union, an overflowing river engulfed a bridge and a bus was trapped in Chanchamayo due to a strong water current fueled by rains. A thick blanket of fog shrouded China Shanghai on Wednesday, suspending several ferry routes temporarily. Shanghai's weather department updated its warning signal for heavy fog to orange on Wednesday morning, with visibility less than 200 meters in most areas of the city. Chinese weather forecasters have warned that snow and freezing rain over the next several days is expected to disrupt transportation for millions. Israeli forces on Wednesday continued their military operations against Hamas terrorists in northern and southern regions of the Gaza Strip. At least 25 Hamas terrorists and 3 Israeli soldiers were killed in Gaza fighting. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu in a speech made it clear that Israel will not withdraw from the Gaza Strip or release Palestinian prisoners held in Israel. Hamas said on Tuesday that it is studying a new proposal for ceasefire and release of hostages in Gaza. The ceasefire proposal followed talks in Paris involving intelligence chiefs from Israel, the United States and Egypt with the Prime Minister of Qatar. UN Secretary General, Antonio Guterres convened a meeting with 35 member states and the European Union on Tuesday amid fears of funding shortages. UN Humanitarian and Reconstruction Coordinator for Gaza, Sigrid Kaag, said there was no substitution for humanitarian role of UNRWA in Gaza amid accusations. Israeli government spokesperson Ilan Levy told a press briefing on Tuesday that at least 13 UNRWA employees were actively involved in the October 7 Hamas attack on Israel. The United States said on Tuesday that the UN Agency for Palestinian Refugees, UNRWA, needs to make fundamental changes before Washington will resume funding. The US shot down one anti-ship cruise missile fired by Iranian-backed Houthi terrorists from Yemen towards the Red Sea on Tuesday. US President Joe Biden said he has decided how to respond to a drone attack that killed US service members in Jordan, adding that the United States does not need a wider war in the West Asia. United States National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan said on Tuesday he agreed with Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi that President Biden and President Xi should speak by telephone relatively soon. Russia's lower house of parliament has approved a new law on Wednesday that will allow the Russian authorities to confiscate property from people convicted of deliberately spreading fake news about the army. Russian attack drones hit civilian targets in Ukraine's Kharkiv on Tuesday, injuring 3 people and triggering fire that caused damage to apartment blocks and infrastructure. Polish Foreign Minister Radoslaw Sikorski, while stressing on the intention to support Ukraine, said that Poland will continue to be a hub for the reconstruction of the war-torn country. EU Foreign Policy Chief Josep Borrell said on Wednesday that Ukraine needs more ammunition. EU defense ministers are expected to meet in Brussels to discuss supplies. Pakistan's ex-Prime Minister Imran Khan and his wife Bushra Khan have been sentenced to 14 years in jail for the illegal sale of state gifts. The court's decision also includes a 10-year ban on holding public office for Imran Khan. North Korea on Wednesday released still photographs of the state's latest missile tests and said it carried out a strategic cruise missile drill on Tuesday. A fiery highway collision between a truck and a bus filled with passengers in Mexico's northwestern Sinaloa state on Tuesday killed at least 19 people. In a blow for Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez, Spanish lawmakers have rejected an amnesty bill due to discrepancies on its scope between the ruling socialist and Catalan separatist parties. For the second day in a row, thousands of French farmers blocked major highways leading in and out of the French capital, campaigning for better pay, fewer constraints and lower costs. French farmers expressed disappointment with a speech delivered by Prime Minister Gabriel Attal to lawmakers, with many saying the PM's words will not amount to sufficient measures required to address the issue. The Baloch Liberation Army has initiated a massive joint strike named Operation Dar-e Bolan in the Mak region of Balochistan, reportedly resulting in extensive damage, targeting military and security installations, and appeal locals to stay in homes. Peruvian authorities seized 7.2 tons of drugs disguised in wooden tiles bound for Europe. The shipment was in transit through Bolivia and bound for Belgium. A truck accident in southern Brazil has caused white foam to flow in a river, with military police reporting that acid from the crash spilled into the water. Johor's ruler Sultan Ibrahim Iskandar was sworn in as Malaysia's new king in a ceremony at the National Palace in Kuala Lumpur. The Indian town of Pahalgam hosted a national ice climbing wall competition which aimed to promote adventure sports, showcasing the region's winter activity potential. 22 people from diverse backgrounds participated in the competition and showcased their skills and determination in conquering Pahalgam's challenging ice walls. Rio's carnival season featured dogs dressed in various costumes, attracting Brazilians and tourists from around the world for 5 days of celebrations and elaborate parades. The Canine Carnival, which runs alongside other major festivities, is expected to generate around $971.55 million for the Rio Tourism Company. A charming Hong Kong drone light show event was held at Wan Chai Harbourfront. It featured flying dragons, phoenixes, neon signs and Victoria Harbour skyline. A 67-year-old man from Strumica, North Macedonia, holds a remarkable collection of over 600 Budgerigar parrots. The man claims to know each of the 600 birds born in his 100-meter square and spends 2 hours a day feeding and cleaning all the parrots. Scotland's Highland Wildlife Park used a thermal imaging drone and a whistle to lure an escaped Japanese macaque back. Hundreds of thousands of visitors to the Venice Carnival are enjoying what could be the last year of free access for the day trippers to the historian Lagoon City before a much debated fee comes into effect to try to curb the numbers. The carnival, which traces its origins back to the Middle Ages, is known for the distinctive traditional mask worn by participants and a host of cultural events in one of Italy's most visited cities. The first ever snow leopard population assessment in India, conducted by the Wildlife Institute of India, unveiled a count of 718 snow leopards across the country, with Ladakh boasting the highest concentration of these majestic creatures. An annual horse race was held at the foot of the snowy Tianshan Mountains in China's northwestern Xinjiang region as nearby ethnic groups celebrate the approach of the Chinese New Year. The race was attended by over 100 local herdsmen who had picked their strongest mounts to compete in the 20-kilometer horse race. Traditional riding skills and activities of local Kazakh ethnic group like picking followers from horseback and girl riders chasing boy riders were featured on the sideline of the competition. The British Museum in London is opening an exhibition titled Legion: Life in the Roman Army, featuring over 200 objects including the world's only intact semi-cylindrical legionary shield and the most complete classic Roman segmental armor. Chiranjeevi was recently conferred the Padma Vibhushan for his contribution to the Indian cinema by the Government of India. A fan paid homage to the actor by displaying his picture at Times Square in New York, United States. The trailer of the Bhumi Pednekar's next film, Bhakshak, was released. The film will stream on Netflix on February 9th. In the film, Bhumi will be essaying the role of an investigative journalist who is out to expose those involved in a case of sexual assault of girls at a shelter home. Popular Indian television actress Ankita Lokhande took to Instagram to announce her next project. She will feature in Randeep Hooda's Swatantra Veer Savarkar. An FIR, that is First Information Report, has been registered against the operator of an illegal drone that captured Munawar Farooqi's celebration with fans in Mumbai's Dongri. Popular late Indian actor and director Satish Kaushik's last film, Mirk's trailer, was unveiled on Wednesday. The 2-minute trailer shows scenes full of drama, mystery and intrigue. On behalf of actor Salman Khan, his production company Salman Khan Films has issued a statement clarifying that they are not associated with any third party for casting in films. The firm also threatened to take legal action against the fraudsters. Hollywood filmmaker Matthew Vaughn hinted that Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman starrer Deadpool 3 is a jolt that could save the now struggling Marvel Cinematic Universe. The film will release on 26 July. Reality TV personality and actor Kim Kardashian is all set to executive producer and feature in a 3-part documentary on Hollywood legend Elizabeth Taylor. Actor Bob Odenkirk, best known for shows like Breaking Bad, discovered that he is the 11th cousin of King Charles III after appearing on a genealogy-based US television show Finding Your Roots. In the latest ICC bowling rankings released on Wednesday, Indian spinner Ravichandran Ashwin retained the top spot with 853 rating points, while compatriot Jasprit Bumrah jumped to the 4th place. Left-arm spinner Ravindra Jadeja is at number 6 in bowlers ranking, while he is at top of the Test all-rounder rankings. In the batters ranking, England batter Ollie Pope, who stunned India with a magnificent 196 in the second innings, jumped a mammoth 20 places to 15th position. England spinner Jack Leach is a significant doubt for the second Test against India because of knee injury sustained in the first Test. Karnataka captain Mayank Agrawal, who was admitted to a private hospital in Agartala on Tuesday due to unease, is now reported to be out of danger, and we are showing you the visuals of Jack Leach, who is doubtful for the second Test against India. 6th edition of Khelo India Youth Games came to a close today in southern state of Tamil Nadu. Maharashtra remained at the top, while Tamil Nadu stood at 2nd and Haryana at 3rd place. Vishnu Sarvanan has become the first Indian sailor to book a quota place in 2024 Paris Olympics. Yannick Sinner, the first Italian man to win a tennis Grand Slam trophy in 48 years, met Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni on Tuesday after landing in Rome. Ashraf Hakimi missed a late chance to equalize from the penalty spot as South Africa shocked 10-man Morocco to set up a quarter-final against Cape Verde at the 2023 Africa Cup of Nations. In Premier League, Arsenal defeated Nottingham Forest 2-1 at the City Ground on Tuesday. Alright, that's all we have in this edition of Express News. You stay tuned for more news and updates. Namaskar.